Welcome back, everybody, to Triton Cup 53. My name is Bio, and I am joined here by Manic, and we are going to be casting the round number 2 between Everest plus Eliasmo versus Riptide Gang. We are starting out here on Splat Zone's Umami Ruins. This is a bit of a newer map, so I'd like to hear Manic's thoughts on it. What do you think, Manic?
Best map mode combination possible. Like, seriously, there's a perfect the spot for onlooking. There's two sides. It's raised up a bit, so you can just kind of hide behind it if you need. It's a lower one than what's called the one that we had in Scorch Gorge. That one was truly awful. But yeah, Umami Ruins, perfect map.
For sure. And as I said, this is a bit of a newer one, so it is going to depend on how comfortable these two teams are with playing this. Now, it is, now I only know one of the teams here, personally. I know Everest. Everest is a high-level team that has definitely been proving their worth recently, getting some very good results in several tournaments and against several different teams. And they are being subbed in by Eliasmo Miku, which, as though I do not know them personally, I do believe that we are going to be seeing some fireworks come out from this high-level team. But regardless, we are going to take all of that aside and just see sparks fly here with Riptide crew coming out with an E-liter Splatana Stamper composition, while Everest looks for a Carbon Roller Deco. That is definitely a very interesting weapon. You do not see many players push that, but if they think that it works on this map, it can definitely work. It will be difficult for it to play against some of the weapons on the Riptide Gang, specifically that 52. But if it can sneak up, it is a very dangerous weapon to play against. One of the dualies here playing on the right side, stalling out that 52, looking to get behind, find some picks, and they do. That is 2 down on the side of the Riptide Gang. But it's still 2v2. Everest is kind of struggling to push this advantage state sufficiently. Sure, they took back zone, but they didn't quite get the picks that they needed. They didn't get the crucial pick on the E-liter, so they can't push quite enough as they would like to. And the Carbon Roller pays the price. And the Charger, as now 2 are down on the side of Everest, and Riptide Gang are pushing the specials to try and find the cap on the zones.
Yeah, pushing back nicely with a nice capture on boot. The Crab just trying to get back any points some of the ground for recapturing one of the sides. Wow, it's still... Oh, never mind, commentator curse yet again. I don't know what I'm saying. But yeah, it seems to be a kind of a skerfuffle near the spawn here. The wave breaker coming out to assist any sort of kind of offensive strategies that they might have, but the dualies are going in and destroying the entirety, potentially getting a quad. Oh, they're almost out of ring. Oh, no, so unfortunate. Funny. So unfortunate. Just only if they had a little bit more ink. But I guess this is where Reptile Gang comes back fourth and maybe get their zone back. But unfortunately, I think it's looking a bit slim as 3 went down there and another fourth. Big ass wipeout. Wow, that is yikes.
And now with only 10 points remaining, I think it's going to be very, very difficult for Reptile Gang to push in here. That's 2 down, and that's game. Between the Crab, the numbers disadvantage, the map control, that was a pretty dominant game played there by Everest. And like we saw, as Manic mentioned, that was a great play from the dualies, getting pick after pick after pick and just opening up so much space for their team to push even further into Reptile Gang's spawn. Very, very good game by then, and that is now match point for Everest on map 2.
Yes, it's quite unfortunate circumstances there, where they weren't able to get out of their spawn as they were just getting camped there. I guess Umami Ruins really does that to you sometimes. Perfect map, of course, if you can get that strategy going.
Oh, for sure. And now we're going to our second map, Splat Zones on Eeltail Alley. Now, as I mentioned, this is match point for Everest. This is a best of 3. So Reptile Gang is really going to have to step it up and find an answer to this Carbon Roller, to these dualies, to that Charger, and try to shut down their much more aggressive composition before they can snowball them on this map. Eeltail Alley is infamous for being very linear and very difficult to get back in on once the enemy team takes your bridge, right? That is such an advantageous position to be able to lock your team out and just drive the entire match towards a knockout. So, like I said, Reptile Gang is really going to have to find an answer to that play style that Everest is playing for. And if not, well, they're going down to losers. But again, let's put all that aside, and we are now going to game 2. Splat Zones Eeltail Alley. Match point for Everest. Reptile Gang pushing up with a Carbon Roller of their own. Definitely not what I was expecting. And it is the vanilla Carbon Roller, not the Carbon Roller Deco, not something you see every day. But a Carbon Roller with that zip caster does definitely have a niche. It can be used, but I'm not sure. It may be a bit difficult since Carbon Roller Deco is just kind of better in almost every way. Everest getting the opening pick here against the E-Leader. Dually and Carbon looking to push, but not quite. The Carbon gets punished by the 52's Killer Whale. 52 playing very, very passively here. Doesn't want to overextend, but they need to push in with these strikes. I'm not sure if I like that lack of action. Regardless, this Carbon Roller making things work, getting a trade with the dualies, opening up some space for their team if they can take advantage of it. Not quite. And that is 2 down on the side of Reptile Gang, and that will still be zone for Everest, I believe.
Yeah, that E-Leader, I thought that they'd bank on the extra range and, be out of sight for the fire fin. But I'm pretty sure that, I think that's good enough range, but definitely not utilizing it their best because there still is the sniper on point. They're almost getting the zone. Commentator Curse, maybe? Almost. Yeah, they're going down, unfortunately, with 3 down, and the zone recaptured. But that was close, definitely close. If they can pull it off again, maybe they might just get a little bit more painted. But that crowd coming in, that Carbon really pushing through the armor. Wow, very nicely done, and a zone to boot with a nice hefty penalty. Hopefully they can stick it for as long as they can and take care of that sniper way back there. Maybe the Carbon might push in a little bit, or probably not, as they got their bearings yet again. Here comes the trying strike to just make the sniper blind, while the crowd just goes in and paints anything they can get and maybe get a pick while they're at it. Here comes the Zipcaster with the very sneaky strats of just destroying the splash, was it? I think they destroyed the splash. Very nicely done. Unfortunately, the Carbon Roller retaliating with that.
Definitely, and we see Everest kind of struggling to get back in here. This was the danger of this map. Reptile Gang is doing a great job of putting into effect the lockout that I was talking to you about. That was so dangerous about this map. However, they might have gotten what they needed. That crucial 3 pick on the Reptile Gang. This dually pushing forward does get picked by the E-Leader, but the damage is done. And Everest have bought themselves a little bit more time, putting that penalty on Reptile Gang and putting themselves back in the game. Very, very interesting dive from these dualies. Will he get the pick? Not quite. This leader's doing a great job of shutting down this dually. The dualie's really struggling to deal with those close range shots. However, it might just not be enough. That's, again, 3 down on Reptile Gang. That's a wipeout. And the penalty is very, very low for Everest. And look how far they're pushing up. They're going to have to deal with Everest basically in their spawn before they can even get anywhere close to zone. The Carbon Roller sharking bottom left gets a clean pick on the 52. Another pick. 3 picks coming down. That is a triple kill from the Carbon Roller. And again, that's just game.
I was
3 picks going down, but
pretty
not
nice
quite enough for Reptile Gang. And yeah, like you said, Manic, this is they managed to push back that penalty and get yet another knockout. Great play from Everest, and that is going to be a dominant 2-0 in favor of Everest here.
Yeah, that was quite the frightening pushback near the end there. Uh, Getting hit with that hefty penalty, there was definitely no way they would be able to get there in time before uh, Everest's points just hit 0. Wow, that was pretty insane.
Definitely. And just as that match concludes, folks, we will be right back with your round 3 of this double elimination tournament. So we will see you soon.
See you in a bit.